Hey guys, Jack here, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. Today we have a 2015 MacBook Pro that was given to me by a friend a few months ago and I haven't got around to looking at it yet. But this laptop suffered water damage, so they spilt a glass of water over the keyboard and then it wouldn't switch on. They've subsequently got a new laptop, passed this one on to me to see if we can fix it, wipe it and then sell it. Because overall the body is in good condition. Few scratches on the bottom, nothing too noticeable, and a small dent on the corner here. And then the screen lamination is deteriorating slightly, but still a completely usable laptop in 2020 with support for macOS Big Sur when that launches next month. So we'll go ahead, change camera view and see what's the matter with the laptop. Right, so let's start by opening the laptop up. And we'll go ahead, test it by pushing the power button. Nothing seems to happen there. So either the battery's dead or something's wrong with that, or the screen or speaker could be gone. We'll go ahead, plug in the power adapter, and we've got a green light. It's gone orange now, so that's a good sign that it's at least accepting some sort of power. If we hit the power button again, we've got the little chime there and an Apple logo, so speaker and display are working and we're booted up. I'll go ahead and enter in the password and we're loading up. So it seems to be all working with the power adapter in, so it could possibly be that the battery has some damage to it. We're going to have to see once we get in what the software is saying. So we're booted in, and if we close all the apps, you can see it kept them open there. And we go up here to the top right. We can see it says it has 70% and it's got a little lightning bolt in it. And if we click it, you can see that it says service recommended, battery is not charging. And the only reason that it's switching on is because we have it plugged into the power adapter. So it seems like we're gonna need a new battery. So I'm going to go ahead and order one of those and we'll come back once it's arrived and see if we plug that in, if it sorts out the issue. Alrighty, so the next day the battery arrived, came through Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description down below if you want to go ahead and order this one. So on top there we've got a bit of foam to protect it. Underneath is the battery itself, so 6 cells with the connector up here on the top. You can see it's a 71.8 watt-hour battery, 6,330 milliamp hours, so slightly smaller than the one that comes in the MacBook, but should get pretty much the same battery life that it did when it was original. And then the nice thing with this kit is underneath the plastic there is a set of screwdrivers. So this is a T5 and T6 screwdriver, which you probably won't have, so it's nice that this kit comes with it, so you can get into the MacBook and unscrew the speaker and the battery once you're inside. So we'll go ahead, put the box off to the side and bring in the MacBook again. So it's got 4 screws along the bottom here, 4 along the top, and then 2 on the sides. So we're going to go ahead, use the T5 screwdriver, that's the blue one in this case. We're going to go ahead, unscrew them all, keep them in order, just to bear in mind the 2 top ones are slightly smaller. But we'll go ahead and fast forward through this so you don't have to watch it all. So now we have all the screws out, we can go ahead and pull from the back cover there and it should click off like that. You can see underneath the underside of the back cover, 2 little clips there. We'll put that off to the side. First thing we're going to do is take a look, and there should be these little white watermark indicators. So you can see one there that's still white. There's a second one there. Again, it's still all white. There should be a third one underneath this protective bit here. And you can see there, it's completely red. So this could be where the water damage is on this board for the battery. So it looks like it could be the battery that's the issue. So we'll go ahead and disconnect the battery to start off with. Just need to pull up on the connector here. And just make sure you pull it back like that so it doesn't reconnect. And then the next thing we're going to do is take our T6 screwdriver, and we're going to undo the 3 screws holding in the speaker on the left and on the right here. So we'll go ahead, speed through that. Now that we've undone those 6 screws, we can go ahead and pull the speakers up like that and just put them off to the side so they're out of the way. Do the same on the other one there. And then the next thing we're going to do is this connector here we need to remove. So if we go ahead and pull up on the little connector here to release it, like so, and then we just need to get underneath here and start disconnecting it. So if you just pull back, it should ease out of the connector like so. And we just need to peel back very carefully the cable off the battery like that and just push it back out of the way. And then one final screw is up here on the right for the battery board, so go ahead and undo that. Keep that off to the side. And now comes the fun part of trying to get the battery out. So we've removed all the screws, but it's still stuck in place with the annoying glue. So you can use adhesive remover, nail polish or something like that. Just anything that's going to help remove it, and then use some sort of card. If it comes in your kit, then use that, or an old credit debit card or store card will work. So I'm going to fast forward through this, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, so we managed to get it out. Not too difficult. I was just using nail polish there, and you can see we managed to get them out using the nail polish and an old laundry card. You can see we've still got quite a bit of mess, so all we need to do is use the card. We're going to keep scraping off the old bits of adhesive, and then we'll wipe it all up once that's done. So that's the old battery out. Now we can go ahead and put the new one in. So before I put it in fully, I'm just going to test that it works and that the battery is the issue. So we can go ahead and just connect it up like so. Put the connector in. And that's clicked in. And then we're just going to carefully flip it over and try to power it on and see if it works. So we're just going to flip it over. Make sure that connector's out of the way. And then very carefully open it up. And we're just going to press the power button just to see if it switches on. And there we go, it's powering on. So it is the battery that's the issue. So we can see it's on again. I can see 88%, but we're going to go ahead, shut it down now so we can properly install. I forgot I haven't plugged in the trackpad there. So we'll press and hold the power button, switch it off. And we'll close the lid, flip it back over carefully. And watching the speakers, place it back down. So we can go ahead, put that all off to the side, unplug the battery here, and now that that's unplugged, we can take it out again. So it's all working, so we're going to go ahead, remove the plastic on the back here, and it will then show the adhesive, so make sure you don't touch it. Put that off to the side. Now comes the tricky bit of putting it all in, so we're just going to carefully flip it over and start on the right here. Try and get it as close as you can before you drop it in, because otherwise it will start sticking. So that seems all right there. We'll go ahead and push that in like so. Make sure that everything's flat and where it's supposed to be. And it doesn't have to be exact because there's nothing that's going around it. Just make sure that there's enough room for the speakers on the side. So that should be good enough. We'll go ahead and pull down the speakers, see if they still fit in place. And if that one fits, and the left one here, that one fits too. And so we should be all good to go. Just making sure that this part down here fits okay. That seems to be all good. So we'll now pull down the ZIF connector here, plug it back in. So just carefully slot it back into place. And then you can use the screwdriver just to push it back in. And then just reattach the cable along the bottom there. And that should be all good to go there. So now we just need to screw everything back in. So we'll start off with the battery board here. Take that single screw and just pop it back into place up here in the top. And then the 6 screws for the 2 speakers. There we go, all connected, all screwed back in. So last thing is to connect the battery up. We should be able to just push it back into place. There we go. All connected, so last thing to do is go ahead, put the back cover back on and screw in the 12 screws. So bring in the back panel, we're just going to place it on top and then push down right about here. There should be 2 clips that push into place, and once you hear them click, you're all good to go. And then just start putting in the screws with the T5 screwdriver, and remember the 2 at the top here are slightly different sizes, so make sure you keep them in place when you're unscrewing them. There we go, all screws back in. We can go ahead, flip the laptop back over and then open up the screen, and if we go ahead, hit the power button, it should work because we tested it before we went ahead and glued the battery back in. There we go, there's the chime, Apple logo, so it's back on. Keyboard still works. We can log in, give it a second to boot back in, and we'll see if the trackpad still works because we had to disconnect that. Right, so back in, closed it, trackpad still working with force touch, and we can see the battery up here, 93%, so it was 88% earlier. So first thing we need to do is calibrate it, and in order to do that, you need to charge it all the way up to 100%, and then discharge it all the way down to 0 just by using it lightly, nothing crazy. You don't want to just charge it in 2 hours or something like that, and then charge it again all the way back up to 100, and then you're done. You can use it like normal. The battery should be calibrated and you should get the right percentage for what the battery actually is. But there we go. So we've turned a dysfunctioning laptop into a fully functional, fully usable laptop that will get the macOS Big Sur update next month. So we can go ahead and sell this now, knowing that it's got a good battery that should last for another 500 cycles. Okay, so as we can see, brand new battery fitted in the 2015 MacBook Pro, and now it's fully working. So this gives the laptop another 5 years of life with a brand new battery. That's 500 cycles. It's about to get macOS Big Sur next month, so brand new software still getting updated even though this is a 5-year-old laptop. So still plenty of life in a 5-year-old laptop. If you guys found this video useful, do please hit that like button down below. As I said, link to the battery in the description. If you're not subscribed already, consider subscribing over here on the left, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.